This is Jared Daly, student ID number 114957769, and this is for assessment 3 for ITC 308, which is the final project for the Bachelor of IT. This is an extension on the second assessment that included some detail from the cloud setup. So part of the project was to set up a cloud-based storage server which connected to the physical sites that were done by the other guys in the group. So I've done all the cloud-based stuff. All the cloud-based stuff has been done in Amazon Web Services. That includes the storage server, the DNS, the CMS, and the VPN. So we've got a VPN connecting the two sites together. OpenSwan on the side of AWS, and IPCOP, which is a Linux-based appliance, on the side of Albury, Wodonga, which are the physical sites. So to begin with, I'll just show you a quick overview of the actual instances themselves in AWS. So we've got the storage server, we've got the CMS server, we've got the Windows server, and the Windows server is what I use for just checking and testing that the CMS system is working, for example, and also that we can connect to the storage server and map drives using particular users. And then we've got the VPN server. These are all just standard images via AWS. The storage server, we used Turnkey Linux, which basically is a out-of-the-box solution for simple storage. And we also used a turnkey solution for our CMS system, which is based on Drupal, but we can show you that later on. So first up, we'll have a look at DNS. So DNS is one of the base systems that's required for a network. DHCP is handled by AWS as part of the virtual private cloud settings. We showed the virtual private cloud settings in the initial video, but I'll just quickly go over the VPC and DHCP. So DHCP option set that we've put in there is basically to set the DNS server of 172.168.206, which is our storage server. So our storage server is also doing DNS resolution. This is our storage server. So we'll basically have a look at the configuration files for DNS. These files are in the bind directory under etc. We can see them there. So the first one we're going to have a look at is the named.conf, which includes the conf.options, the local, and the default zones. So we'll have a look at the .local, which is our zones. So we've got globex.local, which is the forward lookup zone, and we've got a reverse lookup zone as well. And then finally we'll have a look at our database, which holds all the information for our servers. So we've got db.globex.local. In here you can see we've set it as a master zone. We've got our authoritative server. We've got all of our other servers in here as well, and we've also got a CNAME of Globex Internet for the CMS intranet site, which is running off the CMS server here. So basically we can, from this server, we can ping CLDCMS01 and we should get a response. We can also ping Google, and we will also get a response. So the Google is done via the named the options. So if we have a look at the named.conf.options, we've got the forwarding set up. This is the DNS server in Albury, which we're forwarding to. Then we've got our two Google public domain servers, domain name servers that we do resolution against for stuff like Google and Microsoft.com. we had to allow the recursion from the subnets. If we didn't have that in there, DNS wouldn't respond. So that's basically our DNS system. And if we move on to the VPN server, we can have a look at the interfaces, and we can see that we can see the settings in there for the DNS. Of course, this one is Ubuntu, so we need to look at interfaces.d. Let's have a look on this one. It's easier to show. So if we go nano etc network interfaces, we can see our DNS name server in there, and that's been set by the DHCP in AWS. Next thing we have to look at is the actual storage server itself. So we basically set up a mount point. So if we look at our etc fs tab, we've got an dev xvdb, which is our storage, which is ext4. So that's a second hard drive on this instance. So if we have a look at our storage, we can see we've got two block devices attached. So from our storage, we can do back to root, do an ls-la. Our storage is here. You can see we've got some sub interfaces in there. We've got finance, HR, and marketing. So they're basically the shares that have been set up in Samba. So we should be able to have a look at our Samba configuration as well.